What's
Hey,
up? What's up, everybody? What's up? This DC Koolaid. We got Mail on this side. Mail.
hey.
Mail.
What
Come on.
what's up?
Come on, Mail. Bring it back.
I'm bad. What's up, y'all? This is Maryland, and welcome to It's a Studs View. There you
It's,
go.
it's a studs view. That's right. Every day,
All right.
we got a view about something, but we do it once a month. We try to hit once a month. When maybe we might try twice a month. Hold up.
Right.
Now we got hold on. My mic acting stupid. There you go. We got special guests. We got respectfully Bernie. What you want us to call you? I'm just so used to saying that long name. What you want us to call you? What you normally
Um,
go by?
Now, before a lot of people, my name was actually it was Bernadette Speaks. It was M Bernadette Speaks. So a lot of people call me Bernie, M Bernie, Bernadette.
Okay,
But
so
some people call me M. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
what you want us to call you today?
Bernie,
Bernie.
Bernadette, whatever.
All
Bernie.
right.
We gonna call her Bernie today.
Okay.
When I'm in the chat,
Okay.
when I'm everywhere else, I'm gonna call you Meg, you know
Oh, oh,
me.
okay, gotcha, gotcha.
So anyway, we got her. We doing a coming out story. What prompt me to do this, with especially Bernie, because I was on somebody live stream. I'm on everybody live stream. You might not know it, but I'm in the bushes when I say everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. So what prompted me to do, interview with you today was because the simple fact you was in somebody live stream and they wouldn't allow you to tell your story right.
I know.
They
Yeah.
wasn't letting you do it. And I'm like, how did this come from a coming out story to an argument? I was trying to figure out how did that work. I was all waiting patiently because I was in tune to it. My dog just came in. I was like, what are you doing, Blue Jacks? I was in tune into the story. Mel, I ain't even gonna lie. I was like waiting to hear this story because I like to hear people's stories. Next thing you know, she got bum rushed.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
an argument. I didn't even get to hear
Wow.
I
Yeah.
didn't even get to hear the story. So it's like I want to hear the story now. So in order way I'm gonna get this story out, if I just, you know, come
Do
to
it
the
Pass
yourself.
source,
it on over. Right.
bring the source on over.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Um, yeah, that particular day, I think it was there. It was the reason why that ended that way. And I believe you're talking about what happened on D. Cop Moore's um panel. The thing was, not everybody on there was a lesbian, and that was the situation.
Mm.
Not everybody on there was even gay, honestly. So when you're explaining something to people who don't really know the source or understand how we live and things we have to go through, to them it was nonsensical. It really didn't make sense. So that's how the argument started, because they were like, well, wait a minute, how you get married twice and have kids and you say you a lesbian? You know that whole thing that happened. So I was met with a lot of that over there, and it just wasn't the right environment for me. But
Right,
yeah. So, but other than that, I was having a good time telling the story itself. To be very honest with you,
right.
it just
Yeah, I
didn't.
mean you was telling it and I was waiting. I was like, damn, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna never know what was going on.
Right. You said I ain't gonna never hear the end of this story.
I said, you know what? I'm just gonna have to do the thing on my damn channel. Hell with
Absolutely.
my
I'm
channel
glad
don't
you did.
we don't get that many people, but we get a lot of views on video shorts and some videos.
Yeah.
But eventually, we don't get that many. But it's fine. We cool
It's
with that.
fine.
Less
Right.
less noise, less noise. But
And I don't get as many as I used to or as I should, but that's okay, because I'm trying to get rid of the weeds in my garden anyway. So,
okay,
but I get a lot of replay. Like, my replay game is crazy. I could have 300 on replay. So,
okay,
it'll get out there. We'll get this out there. Get it popping.
okay.
Right.
So you want to introduce yourself to the people that don't know, especially on my channel. The Bomb Squad might want to know, and on Mel's channel, Mel's baby channel,
Mm.
they might want to know, and you might have some new subscribers. Tell us about yourself.
Let me say hi to you, and hi to Mel, and hi to everyone
Hi.
in the chat. I do see a couple of tr- the tribe in here. So y'all come on in, tribe.
Come on into the
Come
room.
on in, tribe. Um, I let's see. I update my introduction depending on where I am. So I'll for this particular sense, I will say I'm a mom of three sons. I was married for a total of 20 years. I was also a pastor of a church, and I came out the closet at 40 years old.
Ain't
That's
nothing wrong with that.
it. Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, now let me tell you about Mel. Mel gonna say what she wants. Like,
Okay, Mel. Go ahead, say it, Mel.
I didn't say anything. I'm like, all right,
but,
okay.
but see, being though me and you be working with this together, I know your whole.
Right.
I
I'm just
can't wait.
saying,
I'm waiting for
okay.
it. I'm waiting for it, Mel. Come on.
We we all coming to ourselves at our own time. I'm not
Right.
saying nothing. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. I mean, if you guys have questions or you just want me to start telling the story and go from there.
Wait, hold up.
Uh-oh, see.
Um, this question I asked is I'm going to ask you a question,
Uh huh.
and if it interferes with the story,
Uh huh.
don't answer it. Just be like, I'm going to get
I
to it.
got you in a minute.
So,
Right. Okay.
okay. Okay. So, you came out at 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Um, what made you make that decision?
Belay my last. I'm gonna get right to that. I'm gonna get right to it. The first thing for me is I knew I was gay since I was about 7 or 8 years old. I knew. Well, I'm gonna say I knew I liked women. I didn't quite know what it was or could explain the nature of it. I'm not sure about you guys' story, but I did recognize when I saw a difference between a girl and a boy, and I actually fell in love with somebody's mother, but it was different. Anyway, so I had known for quite some time, had known, but I did not know. I'm not sure of you guys' ages. I just turned 57 2 weeks ago, a week ago, 10 days.
Mm,
And
I'm actually 58. I'll be 59 next month.
okay. How about you, Mel?
I'm a baby. I'm only 48.
Oh, you ain't no baby. You been gone now. But anyway,
Well,
the
damn,
reason why
I'm an
I asked
infant.
that is because,
All right.
the story gets different depending on the group you're telling it to. So for
Right.
me, this is the perfect audience to tell it to because um the reason why it took me so long is because I was raised where you go to school, you get a high school diploma, and you get married. You don't even go to college. You get married, you have children, and that's life, and basically that's exactly what I did. I went to school, graduated early, went to college, didn't finish, but went, and I met my first husband, and I got married, and I had my first son. He was murdered about phew, 3 years later. My son was about
Uh-oh, she must got a
off of
call.
here. Sorry, I had to turn that alarm off.
Okay.
Oh, am I back? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you back.
You back.
Okay, good. But I had, that was my first husband. Again, still, I never even saw a gay person, to be very honest with y'all, until I was in my late teens, and he was the guy that made all of the clothes and the things for prom. So we only saw Mr. Rufus once a year. So it wasn't like I was around gay people, knew what was happening to me, or that I could even tell anybody, what was going on. So like I said, I just went on and did what most of the women did in my time, which was get married and have kids.
Hmm.
So let me know when y'all want me to stop because I'll just keep talking.
No, you're fine. You're fine
You
because
go ahead on.
this is what you're here
Okay.
for. We
Okay.
ain't gonna, we not gonna fight.
Okay.
Right.
So after he died, I did get married again about, and this is no slight to my ex husband, but even looking at his situation and why I chose him, he was a Navy man. He had no children. We were both in the 30s, and he had no kids. I had one son, so he seemed like the perfect guy to. And I have to ashamedly say it was never really about like sex or none of that for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It
Right.
was more about security. If I'm gonna have more children, I'm gonna have them, with someone, one person. And I was telling my people the other day, we grew up with something that is hard for us being online, which is respect and our reputations. So we tend to get more upset when people mess with our reputations. These young people don't really care about reputations nowadays, but back then you had a reputation you had to protect. So that was, be honest with you, I didn't really understand LGBTQIA community until I was in my late 20s.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
it
you
just
know,
wasn't that, it wasn't talked about, it wasn't around me. No, look, nobody in my family gay. Now somebody in the family gay, me.
but you know what's funny? Your
Wait.
story, her story's like my story because I didn't know nothing until I was like 28
Yeah.
because I was a sheltered kid, went to a Catholic school, so living
And
with.
people think you lie about that, but no, sometimes you're not in a community.
No, no, no.
Well, go ahead.
You saying, "Oh, I went to Catholic school. This, that. I was sheltered." Um, I went to Catholic school.
I didn't. No, DC said that.
um,
I ain't go to no Catholic school.
I
I grew up in
right,
did.
right,
no, I
right.
grew up in
DC
the city
said
of
that. Uh,
Philadelphia.
oh, I was
It
just
wasn't no
about to
Catholic.
ask you where you grew up.
Phil, I was born and raised in Philly, but I spent all of my high school years in Miami. I went to school in Miami,
Okay,
Florida. Yeah,
all
so,
right.
and I came back up north when I was already grown. Hmm.
Hold up,
So
hold up. You didn't see no gay people in Miami?
listen, not around my family. And you got to, I was 12, 13 years old. So we still talk about a
Okay,
child. Yeah, when I
right,
moved to
right.
Miami, I was 12, maybe 12 years old. My mom's family all lived there. She was divorcing, so she moved us to Miami. It wasn't until I got back to Philly actually that I really
And,
started, yeah, cuz
and you
in the
got back to
South,
Philly when?
uh mm, my son was born in 90, so
Okay, so
88, 87, 88.
okay,
Mhm.
87. Oh yeah,
And
they
remember,
probably was still kind of.
it was
Yeah,
still kind of
well,
quiet. Yeah, because AIDS had just started coming
yeah,
out, and
right,
people,
right,
they weren't talking about it yet.
right. And
So
then the 90s, it was the down low brother and all that. Yeah, okay, yeah,
yeah,
I understand.
yeah. So it was a little tough. It wasn't that you didn't see them, but you definitely didn't have no connection to them. Like you
Right,
definitely didn't have connection with the community. Like I love that now that these young people can come out loud and proud anytime they feel like it,
right,
and
right,
and if it's 10 people, four of them right there gonna be with you when you do it.
right, right.
So I did not have the opportunity being young to even understand what was happening to me until I got older. And even when after I was married, I still did not understand my attraction to women. I thought I was just a woman that appreciated other women. No,
Yeah,
honey.
you appreciated them. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what we call it in now.
hey,
All right, all right.
that's on. That's a new concept. Saying things,
That's
Yeah,
what
y'all.
we
yeah,
call it
that's a
now.
good one.
Okay.
Okay, you appreciated them. All right.
Yeah. And now by this time, keep in mind I'm in the church. I'm after my first husband was murdered, got deeply into the church. It was a week before his 22nd birthday, so it was near my 23rd birthday. So
Mhm.
I got deeply and heavily into the church, and I became a minister, got ordained as a pastor by one of the biggest bishops in Philadelphia right now, ordained me to be a
Wow.
pastor. I pastored the church for 10 years. Hmm.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, the day I came out was the day I walked away from the church.
Oh,
Wait, wait, hold up. So you walked away from the church, right?
Yep.
So are you still involved in any kind of church?
I'm not involved after all of those years. And I'm talking thousands of souls saved. Like, and I'm not proud of this now because of the outcome of most of them. But I sat on on the pulpit with Eddie Long, TD Jakes, Juanita Bynum. And this was before they were big. We talk about, the mid 90s when they really start. This was
Right,
before
right,
No More Sheets with Juanita Bynum. She was locking us in
right.
conference rooms and stuff. It was that small of a setting. She wasn't even in big. So I did this for many years. Cheryl Brown, like anybody you can name from old school, I've been around them. Bishop West, Bishop Coleman, all of them. And so I did that. And for me, now this gonna sound real weird. I had a thing where I had to be holy if I was going to preach God's word, which means I
Mhm.
did not drink, I did not smoke, I did not curse, I did not. I prayed 4 or 5 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I made salat even. Uh, uh. So I'm not a cultural person. I believe in Islam and Christianity and Buddhism and atheism all at the same time because it's everybody's choice. But it wasn't I had a church. Me and my ex-husband were doing fine and everything. When he got out, he became a police officer, and that kind of whirlwinded me into, after what, about 15 years of us being married. I couldn't take it no more. I just was like, yeah. And then of course you meet somebody that really, we all got that turnout story.
Mhm.
Somebody,
Right, right,
somebody turned you out. Somebody turned you out, turned you loose in and outside.
right.
So when that person popped up in my life, it made so much sense. It made so much sense.
So how did you meet this person?
At work, believe it or not, Lily Rose. I'm sorry. Can I say hi to a couple
Yeah,
people in
I want to
the chat?
say hi to everybody in the chat that came through.
Yeah, they're
Make
my
sure y'all
mods out
make
there.
sure y'all hit the like buttons on all three channels. Hit
Yes.
the share button and
I'm
all
sorry,
that good
I'm
stuff.
just seeing the comments. Hey, TC, Tay Baby. That's my sugar, Lily Rose, mod extraordinaire. Good morning.
Mhm.
Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Roxy Verse, good to see you. All right, I'm sorry, let's get back to it. I
I
had
know,
to
'cause we
say,
don't want you to get distracted now.
oh, right, it don't take but a minute. You must watch me for real. You know I squirrel out. Rebel! They
Oh
talking shit
damn.
about me, Rebel. Rebel, they talking shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically,
You say you
um
met her at work.
yeah, I met her at work, and she's young. She was younger than me. Whew.
Mhm.
Shit.
Ooh.
Listen, my turning out story is another story. This ain't the story for today. Y'all leave me alone.
Wait, wait, wait. Hold up. You being turned out didn't have you come out?
Yes, it did. It did.
Okay, well, aren't they together then?
Now, I could have been turned out by anybody, but it was this person. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole
Oh,
nother
okay, okay.
story. But yeah, I did come out right after that. But let me throw another caveat in here. I'm a mother of three sons married to a police officer, and I live in a place called Orangeburg, South Carolina.
I ain't never heard
What
of
the?
that.
Fuck?
You ain't
I
you
ain't
you
me
ain't
neither.
never and never
That
will
sounds like
again.
somewhere in the boonies.
You ain't never heard of it.
Right.
You ain't gonna never hear of it again. And I'm the only one y'all gonna know that ever admit they lived in Orangeburg. But
Oh wow.
Orangeburg is where South Carolina State is, and Claflin University, the HBCU.
Okay.
That's Orangeburg.
Okay.
It's down from Columbia, South Carolina, and up from Charleston.
Okay.
But at the time, I was a minister in an AME church.
Hmm.
What you're not gonna do is be gay in an AME church. That's what you're not gonna do. And my bishop, I had went to him for marriage counseling and all of that. Like, yeah, I didn't just come out. I was really conflicted. And because it was against everything I believed that the Lord, not the sex part. Let's be clear. It
Okay.
was it was divorce, me
Hmm.
considering my three children. My family structure, how that would look. It was a lot. It was a lot. How that would be for ministry, and it would not work out for me that way in ministry in the South. It would not work, and like I said, I it was crazy that I walked away. I remember the night I left my job, because I was a paid pastor at this job,
Okay.
paid minister. Big AME calls them ministers, not pastors. But I remember the day I left. I just remember feeling depleted and exhausted. and lying. I felt like I was lying, 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 not to just the body of Christ, but to myself, to God, to my bishop. And I couldn't do it no more. And I just walked away. I told him I won't be back. I did, after I had went to marriage counseling, weeks and months prior to me giving up the ghost. But it was a combination of my ex-husband, like I said, was a police officer. That's not easy to deal with. It really is not, especially in the South when you it's only three black officers and the rest are white. And then I'm a mom in the South, which almost immediately meant if I come out, I can't keep my kids.
Damn, I'm
I
off
can
of this phone.
Mm,
I
that's
cannot
crazy.
keep my kids if I come out. I cannot. And in the South, if you're getting divorced for irreconcilable differences or things of that nature, because neither one of us cheated on each other, you have to wait an entire year from the date that they leave to the whole next year before you can even
Oh wow,
file.
what happened?
Yeah, yeah. So I
Okay.
stay. I didn't come out then because if I'd have let everybody know and all of that, I would have lost my kids for sure. I would have lost. He's a police officer too. A judge would have looked at me and told me, you know, I was all kind of devil crap. This is the South. This is the Bible Belt. South Carolina is what just got King's birthday, a holiday 5 years ago, and they just took down the Confederate flag out the state building 3 years ago. So me doing this 15, 18, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have my kids or nothing.
Right. So you had to look out for your children.
I had to look out. I had to hide it for over 2 years after I really knew. After I left him, I didn't tell my kids. I didn't tell my sisters. Nobody. Nobody.
So let
You
me
know.
ask you this.
Uh,
So, all right. So, being though you had to do that, which I understand because I was there back then.
hmm
Um, so when did you come out the closet all the way?
Oh, see, I'm the kind of person when I do it big. So I think it was 2008, 2008 maybe.
It's a few.
Around that between 2007 2009. We were on our way to Thanksgiving dinner, and my entire family was there, of course, and my children were there, the kid, everybody. And on my laptop, my screensaver was a picture of my girlfriend. So me not thinking, my sister pulled my laptop around like that toward her, and she was like, "Who is that?"
Uh oh.
I said, "That's my girlfriend," and she was like, "What?" I said, "That's my girlfriend." So all of my sisters and stuff start gathering around like we about to have a family meeting or some shit. And yeah, and I told him, I said, "Listen, I'm glad y'all all are here. That way I don't have to do no phone calls. We can knock this out one good time. I am gay. Y'all know I'm getting divorced. Oh, was it because of him? And oh, just get over. And oh, it was crazy. But I told my family all at one time on Thanksgiving 2008, I think.
Okay.
So, and of course, none of them spoke to me afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah, I got ostracized. Committed to hell. Was told, how many different horrible and bad things would happen to me, and all of that. But I'm still here. I'm still here.
So even though all that happened back then, where your family at now, as far as you?
Um, the same. Only one of my sisters came around. Now, one, she absolutely didn't care. She's an Aries like me. We don't care about none of this. I have four sisters and two brothers. One didn't care. The other one, she was like, "Give me a minute. Just give me a minute to digest it." It took her 5 years to digest it. The other two, to this day, won't talk about it, be around it. I can't have no. I got married to a whole woman, and they weren't there. They nah. To this day, same attitude. But guess what? Both of their children are gay. One has a gay son and one has a gay daughter, and they out. So
And
I
that's how.
told, yeah, I told them they should have got prepared with me. They should have got themselves prepared with me.
And that's how it
Facts.
always happened too.
It is. It is. I'll be praying for you. Have a good day. Thank you, Juan. I'm sorry, I
So
was reading the chat. Yeah.
so let's go back. So
Okay.
how did you? You said you met her at work. How did that work?
it worked crazy.
I mean, how did I mean, you meet I mean, y'all work
Hold on, let me
together.
wait
Y'all
a
work
minute.
together for how long? I just want to know, y'all met at work, but how did that actually happen?
That was wild. It was wild. And where I worked was we at night, and we had free range. So really,
Right.
oh no, I'm still embarrassed to this day. Do y'all see me still blushing to this day? I mean, she would come in my office and be like, "Ah, child, just because she's still, and that's still the same charming thing that I'm attracted to. I mean, she just was very suave with hers. Oh no, no, I'm not trying to do nothing with you. I ain't trying to do that with you, Miss Lady. Y'all know how y'all do. And then y'all throw the Miss Lady up on it, or nah, sugar, we good, we good. No, no, I don't date women who are straight. That's what y'all say. Oh, I don't do straight women, knowing that that's the cream de la creme is to turn one out. Yeah, I got y'all on your own interview.
No,
Nah,
I don't. I
I
don't date
don't.
straight women.
Mm-mm.
Have you ever?
No, I'm gonna tell you one
Me?
thing.
Yeah.
No, no.
Okay.
I've
I
never
never.
dated a straight woman
Now,
yet.
I didn't date straight women, but I had straight women with benefits.
There it is. And I'm sure
No.
that's what I was to her. I was a straight woman with a benefit, probably.
What's up, Miss
But
Boo?
I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't unfamiliar. It felt like attraction, like you have attraction toward a man, and a man is coming on to you, and he's saying these things. I don't know why people think lesbians do it any different, because y'all studs be really on y'all stud shit if you really a stud.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, you're
You
right.
know the energy and the machismo when you walk in the room, and that's how it was with her. When she walked in
Right.
the room, she had all of that. If you was straight, you was still like, this bitch is pretty. And she was Dominican, by the way. She was Dominican.
Okay.
So with
Okay.
long, pretty hair, that type situation. But yeah, every bit of a who the fuck are you? That big energy. So
Hmm.
Right.
that was it. After that, I was like, you know what?
Did
Yeah.
she ask you out, or you? How did
Now
that
we
go?
just start randomly making out. Honestly, I'm just tell you.
Oh wow.
Wait a minute, the tribe is in here. They don't know this about me. Hold on, tribe.
Wait a minute,
Hold
time
on,
out.
tribe. Close your ears. Tay baby,
So
Lily
she
Rose.
she made a
Close your
pass
ears.
at you.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Don't play with me. It was. This your coffee cup open? Oh no, I'll do one better. Uh, uh. Oh, let me borrow that from you. And reaching all over you and shit, smelling all good and shit.
Right. Right.
Doing what they do. Don't get that, Miss Lady. Let me get that for you. Oh, your lunch is up at the front. I got it. I'll be right back with your lunch. And then bring the money and my lunch. Now I got you. That type. That type.
Finessing you.
It's
Yes.
finesse the fuck out of me. And I wouldn't admit that 10 years ago, but now shit, it is what it is. You know. So, but
Right.
yeah, that's what it was. It was literally a thing more about before I took it serious, I have to be honest, it was a just type of sex thing. It was intriguing, it was fun, it was sneaky. I mean, I was already separated. That wasn't the issue.
Okay.
But the issue was doing it with a woman. So yeah, yep, it was something else, honey. One of the best times of my life. I wish I could get that back.
So
Thank you,
All
Kimberly.
right.
so being though you wasn't with a woman to her, correct?
Right. I had never
So
been with a.
your first now we get very explicit when we do interviews,
Oh, that's fine.
and it's up to you whether or not you answer it or not. But
Hmm.
so your first encounter with her, as far as sexual wise, what was your thought process being though you was with men all that time? How did that?
Uh, it was what it was wild because we all know the different temperament of being with a woman than being with a man,
Right.
and I had never felt that kind of tenderness. Yet masculineness. Like still I'm gonna handle you like this, but it's a tenderness because it's another pair of sweet lips. It's another pair of sweet arms. It's not so for me it was totally different. It was even different from what I expected. And it actually I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't know what she would do. I was like, I don't know what she about to do, but I'm gonna lay here. Shoot. It's just a totally different feel and a totally different, yeah. Don't be shy. I'm reading this chat. Y'all leave me alone. But yeah, it just was and I couldn't get enough the first probably I couldn't get enough of women, period. Probably the first 3 to 5 years. I was just women, 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 women.
Yeah,
I
because
love women. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
because
that was pretty much it. Yeah. Ah, and then your girl moved to Atlanta, the mecca of the black lesbian woman.
oh Lord,
Right.
Yeah,
you
and
got to
that's where I
go.
met my wife. Actually, my third marriage.
Okay, so Mel, you got anything? Because I got some other questions, but I don't want to keep asking questions.
Well, I don't know if you noticed. Kind of, I kind of had a space. So, are you still married to your wife?
Um, no,
No. Mm. Okay. Um,
though it
how
was
did
the
your
best
kids
marriage.
take it?
I told my sons is funny, honey. When I waited until my oldest was about to go to college. He was maybe 19. My middle one was 15 when I told him, and my youngest was I never told him. He when I went to tell him he was 18. My youngest is different. Like he don't believe in none of this.
Here,
He don't like none of this. He don't now he does, but at first he did not believe that I was gay because how? You know? My middle son wasn't, and but my oldest one, he's a free spirit, so he was
right.
different. But I waited until I thought that it would mature times. But it was funny when I told my middle son, uh, when I told my oldest son, my middle son was listening outside the door. So
Oh wow.
when I told my middle son, he said, "Oh, I've been knowing that for a couple years." I said, how'd you find out?" He said, "When you told Nate." I said, "Oh." So, so honestly, the third one I really didn't have to tell because by that time I'm with the women. So
Right,
Right.
yeah, but
right.
that pretty much I did. I told my oldest one, and I explained to him why I felt like that and what were the feelings behind it, and then my middle one, he had a problem with it a little bit, but he had already known two of my girlfriends, and he thought they was cool as shit. These is women, but
Right.
they do like I go play ball.
Right.
So. But
Yeah.
my youngest, he's still very much in the church and all of that. And he believes it's a sin and this, that, and the third. And we just come to the agreement that I love him and he loved me. But he
Okay.
Right.
don't care about being around my wife or girlfriend or nothing like that. They don't care. My sisters, I think they just started being around like last year at a function and they didn't have no choice. You know what I mean? So,
Right. Right.
yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that was it. Phew. It wasn't hard to tell them though. It wasn't because we already had a working relationship. Me and my sons always talked. We talked about everything. We talked about drugs, girls, all that kind of stuff. So
You saying that, but my number one ace, when I told him he wasn't my ace no more.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry that happened, but yeah,
yeah.
I literally thought that I never even wanted to have the I to this day still don't want to have that conversation with my youngest. Well, I've had it, but it's not a comfortable place. He just accepts me for who I am now. But
Right.
but my middle and my oldest, oh, they could care less. They could care less.
So did your ex husband ever they ever found out?
Yeah.
he was a police officer. He knew the whole time. Like he knew when I say the whole time, like when I was dating the girl, he knew about it. He knew
So
about
when
it, but he didn't tell me he knew.
because
Hmm.
my
Wow.
thing is, when men find out you dealing with a stud, then they
Yeah,
feel some kind of way like, oh,
absolutely. Hmm.
what she doing that I couldn't do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I've been down that road with exes and all that craziness. But
My ex didn't have that. He was just like, okay, well, let's still be together. And I was like, how the fuck that's gonna work? And
I think. Go ahead.
go ahead.
Now I think my
You
for my ex, I didn't because I wasn't out. I could not give him the reason that it was because I loved women. I could not give him that. I had to give him something else, which was still 100% true. He was a great provider. I did not when I had kids and I stayed a stay at home mom, drove Land Rovers and Mercedes and all that kind of good stuff. I had a great life with him, but emotionally he had always been unavailable. So it was very hard for me when he wasn't working to connect with him, and basically it would have ended even if I wasn't a lesbian. Even if I wasn't a lesbian, yeah, it would not have worked anyway.
yeah, but see,
So,
like I'm saying,
but he never knew about women till 2 years later. So it did
mm,
make him feel like I left him for a woman.
okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
sometimes men get in their feelings. They be like, "What's she doing?" That
right.
because
That
I
I.
dealt with women that was actually married, and then
Mhm.
became a lesbian like yourself, and then they ex husband tripping, calling me all kinds of names like I did something. I'm like, she came to me.
Okay.
right.
It wasn't my fault. Shit. Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. That's not that. Yeah. Well, that's good. That
Well, no,
is
he don't like it, and he don't. He has never met any of my girlfriends or watching. He. I wouldn't be able to like bring that around. I'm not even allowed to bring that around my family. Be honest with you. If I do, it's because like at barbecues and stuff. It's because I felt like it.
right.
I felt like because most of the time it would be disruptive, and I felt like being disruptive. Y'all don't get to tell me who I could sleep with. You
Right.
know,
So when you would you bring your wife around your family? Did you bring your wife around your family?
I did. My wife knew my mother, my sisters, and everybody. Yeah.
But did your family call her your wife?
No, my
Right, right.
my sister who the two sisters who were okay with it definitely did, yeah, definitely, but and my sons did, but my
Okay.
other two sisters and my older brother, and all of them were born again in the 60s, if you think
Oh
about it.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, yeah, they still trapped in that mentality.
They.
That's like I have an uncle, what? Yeah, he was born in the 60s. And I had to sit him down and school him because he was one of those people with the the misconception that gay meant pedophile.
Yep.
So I had to let him know that. And yeah, he was born in the 60s.
Yep.
Uh, the baby boomers, the last of them.
Yeah. Cause me being 68, I'm the only millennial. The rest of my sisters are 4 years and up, and 4 to 10 years older than me. So no, it
Right,
wasn't no going to none of them. And my older sisters have both, even to this day, all three of them been married over 40 years. Of course, to
wow.
men. Yeah, my sisters, they did what I did. We grew up. And we were debutantes. We had, Jack and Jill balls, and we went to school and we got married. And they did it and they still maintained it. They're still married to this day. The
More
three
power to
oldest.
them.
Yeah, they got that. I ain't got time.
So where you at
Right.
now with your lifestyle? Where you at now?
Right now, I'm free. No.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
but
wrong
right
with that.
now I have been
right.
single and celibate for 5 years.
Wow.
Sometimes by choice, sometimes not.
Right, right,
But yeah, so basically that's where I'm at. I'm not really a partier and all of that. So I don't know how I'm gonna meet somebody. I really don't. I really sit here and wonder sometimes, how are you even gonna meet anybody? You don't go anywhere or do anything. I mean, I do your basics. I
right.
go to the store and all of that, but I don't go out. So
Right.
So do you still go to church then?
no. I don't, and I don't participated and have not participated in organized religion since 2009. Like,
All right then.
yeah, I don't participate in any organized, because before that I practiced Islam for 3 years before I married my first
Okay.
husband. So, I was already a person used to prayer and salat and Ramadan, and making sure I had my kimar and all of that good stuff. But
Right.
so I've always been a disciplined person to be able to like pray and study like that. But now, I rarely even use the word. If I use the word, like I did a live 2 days ago, what, Tuesday? Oh, it was nothing but the word, because I had, they had a little scuffle in the beef sector, and they were over there talking about the Bible, and I was heated because my degree is in religion.
Right.
Right.
Um, and I'm talking about Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew, hermeneutics and homiletics. All of that. That's counseling, pastoral care. I went to 4 years of college to do that. So I heard them
Nah,
over
I
there
ain't gonna do
talking.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But I study world religion as well, which means I study
Right.
Buddhism, I study Hinduism, I study some foreign religions over there in Africa. People don't even know they over there doing. I study hoodoo and voodoo. You know,
Right.
a Chinese religion is the only one I can't get next to. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But go ahead.
Right. Hmm.
So when you all right, so when you was married to the you was only married to one of the females.
Yes, yes. I've only been married to one woman, and that was about 9 years ago.
So would you have you ever been like the dominant person in the bedroom with her?
Never. I'm very like, for the most part, I'm dressed really cute today, as if I don't say so myself, because I'm going to my son's art gallery. But for the most part, you would think I was a masculine centered person because I do have the A type personality. But I am very feminine when it comes to the room. I don't want to be in charge. I ain't put nothing on. I ain't trying to do nothing to you that you don't want done. I don't even want no put no fingers in you. You don't like fingers. I don't like them. So like, I'm very good with a touch me not or a touch me. You know what I mean? So it don't matter to me. It just, long as I ain't the one putting on the strap. You know what I mean? I ain't doing that.
Oh shit.
God damn, I done made me out talk some shit. Oh no, I ain't doing that. Shit. Look, you
Oh
want that?
fuck.
You gonna have to go get
Oh,
one of
okay,
J
there I
Dub.
go.
Listen, you want me to do that? You gonna have to get one of them J
Oh
Dub
shit.
machines. You got to get J Dub machine if you want all of that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Lisa, DC, you seen that
All right.
machine?
No, I haven't
Shit.
seen it, but that's our next topic. I'm gonna have to have Jay Dunn on that one for that one.
Ooh, man, I got you on that one,
Okay.
didn't
Yeah, you did. You did.
I?
Yeah, you got me. Oh.
Yeah, that's our next topic. Next month. Next month.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shoot, y'all find another person. I'll come sit up here with y'all and talk about it.
yeah. I'm gonna have to have Jay Dunn on there. I heard about it, but I ain't seen it before. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't trying to participate in it.
TC,
Right.
why you throwing tomatoes in the chat? Don't
and
make
it
me cuss
sound
TC out.
and it sound dangerous.
Y'all,
It looked dangerous. Have
y'all,
you ever seen it?
did you see it,
No.
Mal? Did you see it?
You've never seen it? That
Oh
shit
my
look
God.
dangerous. I don't even know what the fuck she doing with that. Okay?
Where
That
the fuck
thing
did
look
she
like,
get it? Mal,
like
where did she get that
right.
shit? Who has
Oh,
that?
oh,
God,
Timu sells it.
I know you fucking lying.
No, you can get one off of Timu.
I'm gonna Google it. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm on live. Hold on. Hold on.
I was
Like,
about to hit this.
I,
that's gonna be a good combo because, believe it or not, I don't use
right.
I don't use toys. The next that Yeah, I don't use toys at all. So that's funny.
So the
That's
girl
Hmm.
never used toys on you?
Yeah, if they got them, but I don't have a drawer full of them. I don't have no roses and nothing like that.
Okay.
I still got very much muscle control and and feeling everywhere. Okay, everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't
I
see.
ain't,
I'm old school. You don't be asking
TC
too much
said
shit.
Adam and Eve got it.
What?
I ain't never seen them before.
But it's here's the kicker. That thing was like 15 inches long and like a girth on like 5 inches. It was fucking huge.
Oh
Like
no.
I'm thinking,
Wow.
where are you putting that? And then it was moving and it was like going to Pound Town. I
Right,
was
right,
like,
right,
first of all, I'd be with a man if I wanted my box beat the hell up like that. Okay.
right.
Nah, we go.
Now
I'm gonna have to
I like
do.
a good stroking, but you're not gonna beat my shit up.
I'm gonna have to tell you.
I'm
I'm gonna. I'm
57.
No,
gonna
I believe that machine is abuse. Okay, that is abuse. And if anyone brings that to you and be like, "Hey, let's try this out," you should tell them,
They
"Fuck
trying
you!
to
I'm
hurt
calling
you.
the police."
They
Right,
trying to
right,
hurt you.
right. They are. They are. They are.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Jay Dunn and see if we can do it. We gonna do it, so she can
If
demonstrate how to, well, not
if next
demonstrate, but
month
show us how this thing look.
if
And how
next
this.
month you're having that show, please invite her.
Right.
And
Oh
because
no, I'm calling her.
that is the epitome of, I mean, like that is the epitome of a toy. Whoo! That's a machine.
So, what day next month we doing this?
I
On
like
the
to see.
14th again?
Well, no,
No,
that's
because
my
that's a weekend.
birthday. That's my
Hold
birthday.
up, where my calendar? Oh, it's gonna be your birthday. Okay, well, happy birthday
Happy
in
birthday.
advance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
16th? Oh, you just missed Aries, huh?
no, I'm May 15th.
Oh,
May
you may.
15th.
Oh, okay. Okay. May. Okay.
May.
Yeah, we talking about
Okay.
next month. Yeah, but
Okay.
Okay.
Got you.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to her so we can get this on the road for next
I,
month.
I
Have
need a
it set up.
demonstration. I'm gonna be
So,
right here.
oh wow, Mother's Day is the 11th. Okay.
So it'll probably be the week after my
Um,
birthday. That week after my birthday.
That
the
sounds good. I'm gonna make
24th or the 17th.
Probably the 24th. That sound about right.
And I meant to put this
Okay.
on my other channel because my actual other channel was me and hers channel,
Hmm.
where we did our lesbian talks and the games and all of
Well,
that kind of
you
stuff.
can you can share the video on your
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna
community
definitely
wall.
share it over there. But this is very nice. I appreciate y'all asking me to come over and talk
Okay,
with you guys.
we got a question for TC. Go ahead, TC.
Oh Jesus, TC, you what's that? What's that? You got a question for Byron?
She got a question for you. So we gonna see what she
So
got.
as always, y'all know TC. Y'all know how she rock.
So you basically just chilling, enjoying life right now. So which is good.
I can't even tell you how much I'm enjoying life right now.
That's
I'm literally, early retirement from COVID.
mhm.
Um and I get a decent, little retirement thing, and I have no responsibilities, no kids, no grandkids, none of that. It's just me.
Okay.
I can get up and go anytime I feel like it. And actually, the whole reason why I monetized my channel is because the plan was to use the money from my monetization to go on trips. So
Okay.
yeah, so I mean, I've been able to get a check the last 3 months, but I haven't touched it. So I'm looking at it look like
Fuck
a 5 day
no.
cruise right now. I'm talking about a 5 day cruise, maybe in
The
the next.
money I get from my channel, we gonna get on the Greyhound and we going down to Houston. Okay. We
Yep,
probably gonna stay in the fifth ward.
that's
And
all.
Is that you, TC?
We gonna be down there in the fifth ward. Now my wife is from
right, right.
Marlins. Now
TC.
wait a minute. You said fifth
Yeah.
ward? My wife is from
Well,
fifth ward.
but is she from Fifth Ward, New Orleans, or Fifth Ward, Houston?
Fifth ward, New Orleans. Okay, you scared me a little bit.
I'm from the 10th Ward.
What? Yeah,
Right.
she was right up there at Katrina on the bridge with her 4 kids.
All
Fuck
right,
no, I
TC.
got out. Thank you, Jesus.
All
Yeah,
right, TC
great.
got a question. Let's
Hey
go.
TC, what's up, Philly sis?
What's up, Philly in the
Woo
building?
woo woo! EALGS Eagles.
There you go. Don't you dare. Don't say nothing, DC. I know you. Don't
I'm
you
about, I'm
dare.
about to,
Don't even
Don't
fix
you.
your lips,
you,
DC.
you know what I be doing when people be doing that, right? We're gonna let her hold backstage one more time.
My Eagles.
He put you backstage, TC. That's some shit.
That's all right though. That's all right. We got a lot of good views out of that. We got some money out of that. You know what I
Yes,
mean? You know what I
sir.
mean? We got some money from the government, to help with literacy.
Yes,
Hey,
we did.
TC,
Yes, we
TC,
Anyway, yeah.
ask your question, damn it.
Mm.
John, hello, Mel. What's up, sis?
Hell,
What's going on, Bo?
every time somebody call me, they mess my shit up.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, DC? Hope everything. Hope you. Where did she go? Where
No,
did
I'm
thing
here.
thing go?
Um, Mel think she got to log back in.
Oh, there she go.
Yeah, I'm here. I had to put. I'm on my way out, so I had to put on my rest of the
Oh,
earrings.
okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I got a question for you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Miss Bernadette. I'd like to know. You said that you didn't really have a lot of experience with, the gay community.
Hmm.
When you were growing up, or okay, when you were growing up.
Hmm. I'm listening.
Okay, did you have what was your experience like with the LGBTQIA community, or the LG? It was really the LG at that point, just the LG
None.
community.
None. I didn't. Listen. I wasn't around seeing they was doing parades. Mm-mm. I didn't. I just I never saw it, and nobody in my family
Hmm.
was gay, and
Hmm.
the only other person I thought was peculiar was the guy who made, who sewed and did hair. Other than that, I never saw gay people around me,
Hmm.
and if I
Okay.
did, I didn't know it, because you got to remember, we talk about 70s and 80s. You didn't,
Hmm.
people was just coming out, really,
Right. Right.
and they were forced to. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I just never, I never experienced it. I was never around it. I never seen it. My mom had this friend named Toot. I remember him, but that was it.
Mm.
Hmm.
And Toot, I
Okay.
said, what, he was on that powder? Like, what, Toot?
Two. Okay. Oh, his name
Yeah,
was
that's what
Two.
I said. I had no idea.
Okay.
Period. Period. So,
Okay. Two.
yeah,
Okay. That, I guess that'll make you think. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, I
Um.
didn't think it had anything to do with, LGBTQIA.
Okay. Okay. I was just because, you know what, I find that in
Interesting.
as at least when we talk and when we get an opportunity like this, like DC, having, being able to get on here and talk to Mel and DC and maybe some others at times. Well, when
Hmm.
we can have this real good conversation, you find out that, what's going on now is definitely not what was going on, like back in the 80s and the 90s.
Right.
Not at all.
And that's just it's really interesting to see how far we've come. However, there's still some things, y'all know what I'm talking about, but that's another discussion. There's still a lot to do.
Now,
um you
this
know
a segue into you guys' next meeting. But one of the hardest things I had to do when I came out
hmm
was figure out what was what. Like, I didn't know about straps. I didn't know, like, literally, I was that green. I didn't know how lesbians had sex like that. And listen, y'all don't judge me. I was in the church I had a church for 10 years and was in the church for 20 years. So a lot of people hate labels, and I always try to tell people, I know
Right.
y'all hate them, but when you first coming out, you need a label, because I messed around and found out I was with a touch me not that didn't, like, and I want to touch something, a titty, something. So, and
Ah,
I didn't know how
I
to
know
tell.
that's right,
And listen,
girl.
even
Hell yeah.
till this
Okay.
day, I don't know how to tell a masculine centered woman or ask her, do you use strap? Because I like penetration. Do you, like, I still don't know how to get to that.
Well,
And
you
I
just
think,
said it, just the way you
you
said it.
just
yeah, but it's intense. It's intense for me to do it. Ooh, it be intense. Cause I don't want to hook up with nobody and they can't, and I'm way past that. So it's like, I gotta ask, because if I find out you don't, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
mad if I can't return the pleasure. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I ain't trying to
Hmm.
stick nothing in you, but shit, I like cat. I don't know. Listen, my
okay.
tribe is in here looking at me like, gasp, and they clutching their pearls. And Bernadette. A lot of them didn't know I was gay, and it's
Comical.
it's
Okay.
easy for me, but it's hard for y'all. You know. It's very hard for y'all jobs and all that. I never had that experience, not having a job or being discriminated against because I'm a lesbian, because nobody really could tell unless I'm wearing something that says lesbian. So that's the
You
only.
want to know something?
Mhm.
But yeah.
I depending on how I feel is
Mhm.
how I dress, but it's still always masculine. But sometimes I dress soft, and they be looking at me funny and shit.
Mhm.
But but they don't know for sure.
Right.
But they be iffy on that. And I think that's part of why, when I want to, I cleans up well.
Right.
And
All right. Yes, yes, Lord, Mel.
Oh, we know you will. TC, we know.
Yes,
Hold
thank
Lord.
on,
She
you.
got
TC.
to. That's right. What?
TC, we know you'll do this, honey.
Huh?
Hmm. We know
Say that
TC
again.
will put on some lip gloss if she got
You're
to.
damn right I will, cause when I get ready to eat that clit, it's got to be ready and about y'all spit of me.
Now see,
You know what I
now
mean?
Casey,
See, people don't really understand what that's for, because they just assume that it's for societal purposes. Howsoever, it's for ready or not, here I come. You can't
I
hide, gonna
hold
find
on, hold
you.
on. Let me go on mute. Let me go on mute. TC is
That's
wild. TC is wild.
Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead, girl. You clean up well, boo. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Tell it.
And when I
Everybody
do
ain't
though,
looking like a scrub.
right. But I
What
had
he say?
Shit.
I changed that
Fuck.
because my woman was intimidated by it, and she was tired of women hollering at me. So I kind of like I dress
Ooh.
down for her benefit, but
I can
when
see
I
that.
clean up, I clean up well.
And you know they
Oh
love a
shit.
fluffy stud for some reason. They love a fluffy
I
stud.
know, right? I don't
They
know what it
love.
is.
I ain't mad at a fluffy stud, but they got to be a little darker. But it's a fluffy stud season, honey. Oh yes, ain't nothing wrong with a fluffy stud. Okay.
All right, so this your chance.
Now see.
Hold on, this her chance to ask us some questions because I know she gonna have to go soon.
Yeah, I just said where these boys at. I'm glad they late though, because I didn't want to have this conversation with y'all in the car. Even though they know,
Mm,
Right.
listen, I could, because
burn.
they pretty much know. But my question for you guys, I know that y'all don't like labels, but have I made it a little easier for y'all to understand why sometimes labels are important? Because everybody does not know how to ask for what they want. But if you telling me you're masculine center or a stud, then I can expect certain things from you. So my question to you, you guys, one by one, are you understanding a little bit more why labels make? Because I know TC hates labels. So
No, I don't. See there? What was that all about?
TC, you do not like nobody
Wait,
labeling you.
hold up. Hold
TC,
up.
you know
Room.
darn well if somebody call you a stud, you be like,
But
no,
that's
I'm
not,
not.
no. Call me the right label. That's just the
Okay,
wrong label for me.
okay, let's go. You first,
you
then.
like stem me, bitch. I'm a stem.
No,
Don't
I'm a
call me.
thoroughbred. Cause I
You're a
don't like
thoroughbred. Okay.
yeah, I don't like none of that.
Okay.
I don't like that stem. I don't do all of that. Trust me. If you see, the thing is, you gotta meet me to appreciate the other side of me.
Are
All
you
It's
right.
a
so you
you
don't
you
mind
and
touching?
also understand that like I still have to make a living, and there's certain things
Right.
that I do. Like you said, Mel, clean up. Yes, I cleans the fuck up. I
Yeah.
make sure I get my facials. I make sure I get my hands. All of that. You're
Mm-hmm.
daggone
Right.
right. And nobody can be offended by that because I am
A
in.
woman.
I have to.
Mm-hmm.
So if I
Right.
was on a construction site, I would look out of place. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But
But Mel or
and
DC wouldn't.
well, no, but it all depends on that. It all depends. It all depends. If she worked at the
No.
construction site and
She
she
looked
was
like the
dressed up,
construction site.
then
I can
that would
see her.
be out of
I can't
place.
see you that. I can't see you that.
Okay, you can't see me, period. Okay, because you haven't seen me in real life. How about that?
How about
You know
that?
what? Anyway,
I'm
Next
gonna
person.
answer that for her. She
Next
wants to say,
person.
okay,
All right, there go. All
hard.
right, go ahead, man.
go ahead,
Go
Mel.
ahead, man.
This is
I
me
just
and
say
TC on any given
she
day.
say hard.
This is
She
me and
said real
TC all
hard.
day. When TC,
I know what I could give you hard. I know
hold
that's the
Right,
on,
that's
freak
what I'm saying.
right.
hold
Sure.
on.
That's the freak right. So
Uh-oh.
I
TC
mean,
froze.
if you need a look hard, then that's good. But I know a feel hard is gonna be real good. I
It's
know that's the
different.
freak right.
It's
Let's
different.
get it on.
I
All
believe
right, good.
TC and DC chat. Yeah. Okay. 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 I'm sorry, y'all. It's questions in this chat, y'all. Y'all. Uh-huh. Go ahead, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Mel.
Mal, DC. How do
Wait a
you
minute,
feel
Mel.
Mel,
about the
Mel,
label
Mel
of?
was getting ready to say
Wait.
something. Go ahead,
Oh,
go
Mel.
okay.
ahead,
No,
Mel.
no, go ahead.
No.
No, go ahead.
How do you
No,
feel
you was
about
about to say something.
labels?
Go ahead, Mel. Get it out.
I don't do the label thing. I'm like that mystery box. You gonna find out when you meet me. I'm
Ooh.
that mystery box. You
Okay.
never know what the fuck. You know.
But that's cool, and I like that. And honestly, that really is the problem, though, because you don't know. Now, I can honestly say this: if I saw you or DC, I would assume masculine center, and I think I'd be safe that y'all gonna do me right in the room. You know what I mean?
Right.
TC, on the other hand, mm-mm. Now
No,
y'all
now
got.
you can't say that now because
Listen,
no word
Mel.
of
I'm just
lie.
saying that because me and TC, we from the same city. I be ready to rumble. I be ready to take it downtown to that bull. She know the bull downtown where the
Come to the
LOV
Mm.
Dell.
bull.
Come to the Dell.
But
Just
let's
let us
go.
know when y'all get down there so I can have my camera ready.
But see, that's where you films or whatever y'all call yourselves. That's where y'all will go. That's where you will not benefit or not be blessed
And not,
because
and it's true. It's true.
you
You're
don't
right.
know. You don't know. Like I said, you don't know me from a can of paint. Like it's in other
But you know what,
situations.
TC?
But it's all
Somebody like
good.
you, I ask now. I'm secure enough to ask.
Okay.
But we're talking
Okay.
about when I first came out. I wouldn't be secure enough. Like when I first came out, I didn't know how, and that's where this question derived from. When I first came out, I didn't know how to ask. Because the first girl I was with was actually a STEM. She was not a stud.
Excuse
So
me.
I really didn't know how to ask or expect. Come to find out, she
Okay.
was a beast in the bedroom. She was a whole goddamn Dominican man in the bedroom. But I didn't know that. I didn't. It's no way for you to really know it unless you ask somebody. What you think, DC?
Me personally, I'm a dominant.
No,
I'm a dominant
go
female.
ahead.
I could tell you. You don't. Yeah.
I don't play that. Mm-mm.
Fuck that. Touch me.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck that. Touch me,
Touch
goddamn.
me.
If you don't
Fucking
touch
touch
me,
me.
I'm not gonna touch you. You better touch me. You understand? No
Yeah.
diggity
Right.
and no doubt. I
And
need
You
I
to,
think when
saying
it,
that, but
but
you know what? Next time we do this, I'm gonna get my sister to come on here, cause she's in our community some way, okay? And y'all still would be like, huh? Uh, because she's straight. You can't even really call her a STEM. Um, but she's real. When she come across, she's supposed to be feminine. But that girl is a little boy.
well, that's how it.
Thank you, Mel. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of
Yeah.
these so-called STEM films, limbs,
DC is just
whatever,
tired of
Wait, wait.
so
arguing.
they act like a whole donkey. They aggressive. They look
Right,
terrible. I
Listen,
mean,
them
they
ones.
look like
Listen,
they done
them
got beat up by that thing
DC.
that Jay Dunn showed. I mean,
Why
about
I
five
didn't
of
see that? I
them
missed
in
that.
one month. You know what I'm saying? They
right,
look they're not soft and ooh and just shut up for a
right,
goddamn second. Shut your damn
right.
mouth.
That's
Damn.
crazy. That's
Well,
crazy.
see,
All right.
for me, and I think that's where the STEM portion comes in, because uh, I just didn't, and I see a lot of people in the chat saying, that labels are for cans, labels are for this. And just read my book says, so when you go to the club, there will be 8 sections: smoking, non-smoking, top, bottom, stud, femme, TMN, lipstick. Yeah, because I honestly, I could end up going home with somebody that is not compatible with me because they look like they was a stud, but they more feminine than me.
Right.
So sometimes, yeah, you don't want to label people, but I gotta at least know what you're expecting from me. And
Look,
can I get that good, good? You know?
This is, you don't
Right.
have to label them. Just ask them.
There
You
you
ain't got to
go.
label.
Thank
All
you.
you gotta do is ask. Cause no
If it
other
was a
lies.
label instead of empty can, it would be so much easier. But I got it.
But
I
you know
got it.
what? You can ask. You can also ask them, but then they can lie.
Right, you can.
They
Oh
might
yeah,
be.
Oh,
they'll
but
Ooh,
you
do
gonna
that.
my
find
bad.
out
That's
though.
when I
You
do
gonna
that.
find
Yeah,
I
out
do
you
this.
find
though.
out.
I do that.
Like
I do
they
this.
might be
I do
this.
that.
They might be this
Lies.
stud, but then when you get home, they more film than you.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the problem I had because I
You
ran into
sounded judgmental, you.
who
Cause
me?
look, I present masculine and all that, but I still do my pedicures and my
Yeah, but no,
manicures
not
and
you.
shit like that.
I'm saying when you go to the club and ask them, they might lie to her, and she might be
Well, wait a
expecting.
minute. Let's
Hey,
be
hey,
clear.
hey, if you get enough drinks before you go home, you gonna find out anyway.
But this is the thing too,
It
Mal.
come all out.
It's not even, for me, I would say it's not judgmental because I honestly appreciate a pretty P, long hair,
Right,
muscular, do women
right,
shit though. I appreciate a King Kales with long hair. I appreciate all of them kind of stems. But my issue is I just don't want to come home with a stem and you stemming more than I'm femming.
right,
Like,
right,
one of us got to get up off this pillow, and it ain't gonna be me.
right,
Mm.
right.
Right. What's your next
Well,
Ah.
you
question?
gotta you gotta get off the pillow sometime. What's I don't understand.
What's
I
your next
mean,
question?
yeah, I do expect that, but if it don't happen, I'm okay because I didn't. But if I expect it and you come, anyway, go ahead. Yes.
If I
What's your next
I
if
question?
think I okay. Next question for the studs up in here, or the masculine center, masculine facing asexual. I mean, not asexual.
what she
Alpha. Um, do
and
y'all ever?
just because a person is a stud doesn't make him an alpha, and we have to
No,
go
I'm
through that
adding
too
people
Right,
because
together. Did you?
people get that alpha
I
and
didn't say they were together. I said this is for the. I was listing off, not in combined, but this is for the stud, the masculine center. You see, I'm listing them. TC. I'm not saying they're all one person. I said this question is for masculine center stud stem. I got to do this with TC because TC gonna
y'all
be
just need
off
to
on a
fucking get that
tangent.
out the way.
Okay. Hell no, that's my little sister. She's too young for me. I'm 57.
Age ain't nothing but a number, baby.
I'm
No, TC.
55, Negro. What you talking about?
All right, if I could just be real, I can't kiss nobody else with lip gloss on. I can't do it.
Good, because this
Okay,
shea
I
butter
feel
right
you.
here tastes
That
real
shea
good.
butter. Come
Yeah,
on, TC.
goddamn right.
Come
This
on,
shea butter tastes
TC.
real good. Trust and believe. Let me help your A calf. Everybody, A calf. This is your A calf right here. Put this
You
in my
know what?
hair.
My
I put it
bestie
in
in
my
the
hair. I
chat.
put it everywhere.
Let me tell
Well,
you
what
something.
you doing?
My bestie in the chat talking shit. Talking about, yeah, that's what I was saying too, Mal.
Right, right.
Right. Put it on my hair. I put it on my everything. What you talking about? You girl, bye.
Anyway, I
That's
do
all
like a
right.
much.
Cause I could. You know what?
Now I will say this: I do like
I'm
a
not
much
gonna say that.
more like I like old school studs. To be honest with you, I like an old school stud. I do a short Caesar haircut. I know what
That
she
used to
is.
be me.
I know what she gonna
COVID
do.
happened, and I
I
just started growing my hair. My shit long now.
Yeah. Now I do like I said. What's appealing to my eye is the long hair, masculine stud that's in touch with her femininity. Will get out there and show all
Don't.
her
That's my
body.
definition. Don't go there. That's my definition. Thoroughbred. Don't. You can't use that. So you already know my definition of thoroughbred. So don't be trying to use that
I'm
in
sorry,
collaboration with
I was
TC.
like,
some
that's
other
TC
bull
word.
crap that you trying to put up in here.
I'm like, that's her word.
He said, "What you will not do is take my shit." Okay, okay. But I do like that. But what
Well, people be taking your stuff around here, plagiarizing, and then trying to
trying to
incorporate it
make
with
it
some other
theirs?
crazy shit. The fuck?
But I will say this: I enjoy a tall woman that is muscular and masculine. That's it. That's what But I will say this, TC, I have
Mm.
been surprised by people like you too as well. I have been pleasantly surprised. Like, oh, bitch, I didn't know you was doing all of that. You know. Oh,
I can't. If I told y'all half of the stuff, It's bad.
Now
Mm-mm.
this is gonna
We
drag
ain't
me
we ain't
today.
gonna
And you know
stop.
what? I have class, and you don't tell all your stuff in these squares.
Absolutely, especially
I ain't
not
doing it.
on
I'm
this
not doing
chat.
it.
You know what? This chat is wild. Y'all are not seeing this chat. Uh,
No, I
yeah,
can't
this
see
chat
Uh-uh.
it.
is wild. Okay.
Which
All
chat?
right,
DC's?
all right, hold
Maybe
on.
it's mine because
What's your
they
next
my
question?
chat is over there. They wild. They over there wild. And TC they
Of
giving
course they are, cause
TC
they
they giving you
content
the
creator
business.
is wild.
They giving you the business. They love
They
you. Talk
say,
about come on TC, give us some
That's
tea.
what I'm talking about. I love them.
Okay.
Yeah, they am right. And you want somebody on your arm that you could take everywhere. You could take them to
Yes.
daggone. You could take them to the amusement park, and you could take them all the way up to the whatever to the mansion. No,
Can
don't
I
get
change something? Can I change something?
no.
I
Mm-mm.
I will change this. I don't like a stud that's too overly stud. Does that make sense?
mm-hmm,
Like I want a stud to open my door, open my car door, do all of that good sweet stuff. But don't overdo it when we out. Like I've had a lot of studs that want to fight men because the men looking at me. I don't
mm,
like that.
That's
I don't.
choney.
Oh,
that's
That's
honey.
inappropriate.
crazy.
When I
It's
go
not the
out,
part of the man
I be
looking
looking
at
like a
you. It's
meal.
just like, bitch, she
Now
mine.
y'all
I
know
ain't worried about all that shit. You
all
gotta
of
Right.
get
you
they gotta
studs,
get their confidence up.
all of you studs do that
I
machismo
like a
thing.
motherfucker to look at my bitch.
No, y'all know darn well if I put all of y'all studs in one room, y'all gonna do the machismo shit. Y'all gonna look each other up and down, give a
Yeah,
hand
we
No,
clap.
will.
cause
Thank you.
unbeknownst to you, there have been some of us that have already kind of met. But the other thing is, it was no looking up and down, none of that stuff. Because number one, I've already understood
Honey, the
the
studs I know
assignment.
in Atlanta,
Everybody is
Right,
different, but every one of
right,
us is different, and I'm grateful for that.
right.
Just like we don't say all femmes supposed to be certain way, I wish I would shut your damn mouth sometime.
okay, see what we're not gonna do is
Right.
come up here and be combative in my interview. That's what we're
Oh,
not
oh,
gonna
oh,
do.
oh, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, look at
That's what
her.
we're not
Yes,
gonna
come
do.
on with it.
What
So
we're
Come
what's
not
your
on
gonna
with it.
interview?
do, yeah, and this is a prime
I apologize.
example
I'm
of
I'm making okay.
a alpha femme, an
Right.
aggressive femme. This is exactly the example of an aggressive femme. What you're not going to do is come change this interview process. I love you, TC, but you know damn well,
I don't even want to laugh.
DT, you laughing? I couldn't even get it out. I was trying to be serious. I was trying to be serious. God damn it, TC,
I love it. I love it, girl. That's what I'm
you
talking
fucked the
about.
whole speech up.
Hold on,
God
hold
There
on.
damn
you
it.
go.
Wait
No,
a
no,
minute.
no, but you gotta set me straight, and I appreciate. No, 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 but all's fair in love and war. I appreciate it. You set me straight because sometimes you got to do that, and I don't have any problem with that. So thank you. This is your interview. I was only up here to ask a question, and I appreciate it. So my bad and my apologies.
And I
Trust me when I tell
appreciate
you
your
that.
input, but don't be overly aggressive with me, okay? Thank
Oh,
you.
but
TC,
I thought that
TC,
that's what.
TC,
We
listen.
ain't in the bedroom.
Oh,
I
TC,
like
oh,
the aggression in the bed. I'm like, a lady in the street, but a bitch in the bed, like that type. Yeah.
you
But
gotta
you
be,
see,
you
see,
gotta be
wow.
that's what I'm
good,
saying
TC.
about
You
that
gotta be
machismo
good.
shit. I'm liable to get mad at a stud for acting like that. Don't do that, because I know you're a less bitch at home. I know what you do at home. So I don't like that. Now I do like to be with somebody that I feel like if we was out, because it happens, if we was out and dudes start talking that gay shit, I don't have
Mm,
to worry about it. Like, not that they're gonna do something, but I'm
no,
still not worried. I feel confident enough in their strength or whatever. So I
right.
have to
I'm
always be
fucking
with a woman that's stronger than me. Hence why I'm single. Because I got to be with a woman that's stronger than me. She got to have her own money, car, house, all of that. Because I will walk over somebody that does not have enough strength.
Why would you do that though?
Because it's just my nature. If you're not gonna do it fast enough, I'm gonna get it done.
Hmm,
It's
huh?
just my nature. And because I know my nature, I don't go for people who can't, who I don't like. If I think you one of them type people that might be, I can't fuck with you. Mm-mm. Because
I was
I
just
expect certain
because
things.
I'm you know.
Because here's the thing for me, TC. If I expected every man I'm married to treat me the best way, a woman better do it twice as well.
Why is that?
because the sex portion. Now she better not only be a provider and security, but she better be able to love me down. That's it. Bottom line.
But why do you
She looking like
expect
this.
why do you expect a woman to be, you said twice as what now, or better what was that? How did
Twice
you
as good
say
as
that?
being with a man. Meaning the security, the and when I say security, I don't mean just mean financial. I mean around the board security. Like I've been out with studs that I was worried in certain settings. Yeah, like bitch, am I gonna have to fight these niggas? Cause I will.
But
Like
basically, what you're saying is you want to be secure with your person.
all the way around, not just
Yeah, yeah, because
financially,
you can.
physically.
Yeah,
Right.
I get that.
And but the other side is also don't be phony about it. Don't do that, like I said, I had the worst Dominican and the best Dominican because she was so territorial. She couldn't be out anywhere and somebody look at me. Male or, but it was mostly men. It was mostly so. Yeah, I come from a different experience with it, so I don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't. I've had women want to protect me like this, and I've had women who just laugh it off and do the right thing. But like, nigga, I will fuck you up over my woman. But it don't never go there because they already had that stance. That's all I meant. I meant somebody that's more, where I could be feel secure as well as know in the bathroom. I mean, in the bedroom, it ain't all about me having to please you because you got a 15-inch machine.
You know what? Okay.
DC,
Because it's
you
really
need to
funny
send me
because,
them sound effects. DC, I need those sound
right, we need some bombs or something because she dropping them.
effects.
Like,
Boom.
dang. Okay,
Yes.
okay. You know what? It kind of it just gets my goat when
Oh
I
shit!
hear,
QI in the building. QI in the building. I'm sorry,
hey,
y'all. Go ahead.
QI.
QI in the building.
It gets my goat when I hear people say,
Uh huh.
of course, black people have to do better than white folks, in order in order to, I guess, maintain or just even have something.
Mhm.
And then so when you said that, Burn, I, you said that a woman has to come better than a man. I'm
No,
gonna
no,
be
no, no,
honest
no.
with you. Okay,
I get it.
and that's
Oh,
why I
I
was,
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, TC. Let
because
belay my
most
laugh.
women do, to be
Let
honest
me
with
correct that. I see what you're
you.
saying. That's exactly what you're saying. Where I made mention that women have to come twice as hard as a man. And I
Right.
just meant the capability to please me is twice as easy from a woman than it is a man. See a man you see a man can only please me financially, security wise, take care of my family, the external things. But for a woman, she has to come twice as hard because she got to be able to do that and please me mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's all I meant.
So let
I
me,
didn't mean
okay.
she had to be more than a man. I meant
But
she
isn't that the norm though? Isn't that the
it
way it's
should be,
supposed
but
to be,
everybody ain't doing it.
regardless of whether it is a male or a female? That if you're with somebody hetero or metro or whatever, LBG, LGB, ABC, one, two,
Agree.
three,
Hmm.
regardless, that person should be meeting expectations of
Absolutely.
spiritual, emotional, mental, financial, and value, and that evenly yoked thing is also important too. So
Absolutely.
regardless of whether or not it's a man or a woman, I think that the man is not your man because he didn't meet those expectations.
Absolutely. I totally
And
agree.
the woman it should just be normal that we try to meet those expectations on those five or six different levels. There, there's more, of course, there are way more,
Right.
but just to be in the beginning anyway.
Well, it all has to go back to what I expect to be the power of a woman, too, TC. I expect a woman to be able to do that. And that's the difference. I expect a woman to be able to please me on that level.
And
And
you
it's
know
nothing wrong
what?
with that expectation. It's nothing
And you
wrong
know
with it.
what? You're entitled to what
Yeah.
you want. Everybody has their. That's what she's entitled. We can't
Yeah.
judge what
I'm
she's
not.
entitled.
I'm not. I'm only saying
So
that it should be that way for whoever comes in your life.
right, but
That's
some people not like that. So
Yeah,
and
they are.
I don't
not
have that.
everybody.
Shit.
I don't have that standard for a man because I'm not going to date a man again. I only have that standard for women.
But you don't have that standard for a man, period. Because
No, no,
right,
no.
like
I
you
did
said,
when I was with him. You ain't hearing me, honey. I was married
I
to a
just
man
heard
that
you. Yes,
was
but you just
completely
said you're not with it. You're not with, or
Mel,
you don't want
because
to
Mel,
be
say,
with me, right?
Mel, what you gotta say, Mel, on this topic?
because the
I
sexual
don't have
side
nothing to say.
is not. TC, what I'm saying is when I was married to a man, the sexual side was not there. So for a woman, she needs to have both. She needs to be able to be make me feel secure as well as physically please me. That's all I'm saying. You're
Right. I
making it more
mean, but
than
I
what it
would think
is.
that that's
You're making it more than what I'm
regular.
saying, though. You like to argue, and the truth of the matter is, all I
No,
said
no,
was
that
I
is
need her
not.
to be like a man.
I don't understand.
I'm telling you, I need
I
her to
hear
be.
you saying, I hear you talking, but I mean, I'm just thinking that all of those things that you want somebody to be,
If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Why are you sitting here getting upset because of what I want? How you
I'm
doing
not
that?
getting upset about what you want. I'm saying that
Well,
you
how you
should want
debating what
that.
I want? How
I'm
you
not
debating what
getting
I want?
upset. So don't do
Well,
that.
how are you debating what I want?
I'm
You
not
can't
debating.
debate what
I
I
am
want.
saying
I said I want a man that gives me security and a woman that gives me the security like a man, but treats me and fucks me like a woman. Case closed. There is nothing for you to say. That's what I said I want. There's nothing for you to say.
So what
There's
other
nothing.
questions you had for us before we let you go?
Yeah, because ain't not you to say about what the fuck I want.
I'm not. I'm just why are you getting upset? Like it's just not
Because
necessary. It's
I'm
not.
telling you what I want, and you
But I'm
arguing me
saying the
down.
same thing you're saying in a way.
If you
Only thing
saying the
I
same
just
thing, then shut up. If you saying the same thing, then shut up.
what but
For what?
you're thinking
For
that I'm
what?
saying something to I'm getting ready to tell you. You think I'm saying something totally different, and what I'm saying is that for a
You
man or a
argumentative as
woman,
fuck.
you
You're
I think
argumentative as fuck. And you can't argue my point, baby. You can't.
I'm not argumentative.
Then
I am
drop
not.
it. You are very argumentative. Everybody knows this.
No,
And
they
what you saying
don't.
right
Everyone
They
doesn't
do.
know me. That is that. Now that's
girl,
not
we know
right.
what we see on here. Okay, you keep saying everybody don't know you. We
Only
know
what you see on
TC
here,
on
and
here.
anyone
And
who
the
knows
TC on
that's
here
no,
is
that's not.
argumentative about
That's
other
not.
people's
No,
opinion. You
no,
will hit
that's
the
not
link
true.
to argue someone about their own opinion. Yes, you do, TC.
No, I don't.
You did it to me last week.
When?
TC, why you do that?
Because I was messing with you. Because I was
TC,
just messing with you. That's not
TC.
argumentative about you. That's just how we just having fun. And I knew. Plus, what was it about anyway? Because I don't forgot. What the hell was it? That's why
It
it didn't mean
listen.
anything.
It
What
didn't.
was it again?
Well, I'm glad to know you come up on my panel and shit and say shit that didn't mean anything.
And what was
Mm.
it?
It don't even matter at this point, does it? Because you didn't mean anything.
It
I'm
didn't. I
good.
don't remember.
I'm good.
It was in terms of the argumentative part of it. That's what I'm talking about. Not that I just don't remember the argumentative part. I don't remember any of that. None
I
of that.
bet you don't.
I don't.
Okay.
TC.
Yeah.
Take a bow.
Yay. Thank you.
Bow. Take a bow. Bow out. Bow
All
out
right.
gracefully. Bow out
All right.
gracefully. I am that aggressive femme that y'all don't know or like.
Lord,
Bernie.
if that's what that
Bernie.
is. Okay.
What's the
That's
next
what.
question, Bernie? What's the next question?
What
Come
the
on.
hell is wrong with y'all? Do y'all really have a problem? Look, look, it just turned into y'all. Do y'all really have a problem with aggressive femmes who can speak back to you in this way?
I actually dated aggressive, and actually Lisa aggressive in some ways. So
Hey, Lisa, girl, you there? Girl, let me see you. Lisa, Lisa, come here, girl. Come here, Lisa. God damn it, girl. I need some backup over here.
Hey, Brenda.
nah, this is a stud's view.
That's all
What I say is a
right. TC
stud's view.
ain't no stud.
It's a stud's view.
Me and Lisa doing our other show. Okay.
Uh-uh. Look
Don't
at
do
that.
it.
That's what it is.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I'm not a
Right.
stud. I'm a thoroughbred. That's what I keep trying to tell you.
You're
Maybe
not a
you'll get
thoroughbred.
it
You're not a
one of
fucking
these
horse,
days.
TC. You're not a fucking horse.
Well,
Ain't
what's a
that
stud then,
right?
damn it? What the
You
hell?
or Megan, you're not a horse.
Right.
Stud, stallion. I've heard it all. Who don't?
You're not a
Come on.
thoroughbred. Quit it. Quit it. I hate that. Don't do it.
Thoroughbred.
You're not a
You're
thoroughbred.
not. You're not. I am.
I show the
I
fuck
am.
ain't. I'm a woman.
Okay, I am also.
Now with a thoroughbred
Okay.
attitude,
Y'all confusing
Thoroughbred.
me.
I'm a definite thoroughbred.
no, I know,
Definitely.
right? That
Hey,
this
Mel.
Yes.
What? Hey, Mel. What happened? What
Yeah,
happened? What
come
happened,
on.
Mel?
man. You
Absolutely.
put
I
you
Go
I
put
ahead,
know.
Mel.
argumentative people together. That's what happens.
That's what
They're
happens.
both.
Exactly.
I'm
She's
just meeting her,
argumentative.
and I've met her already, and both of them are argumentative, and that's what's going on here.
That's what's going
No,
on.
I'm not
Yeah, that's
argumentative
what's
at
going
Except
on.
all.
y'all ask me to
Oh,
do
Yes.
that.
TC, you're
There's
very
only one person.
argumentative.
There's only
Except
one
the
person on this
difference
panel
is
that's met
the
me.
difference is
And
they
she know
asked me to
that ain't
come.
it. That is not
The
what
difference
it is.
is they asked me to come. That's the difference. Because if I'm gonna be argumentative,
Oh,
if I'm gonna
oh
be
wait,
invited
no.
to be argumentative, I'm not gonna just hit nobody panel and be argumentative. I don't do that. But you're right. I will argue somebody the fuck down. That's an Aries trait. That's an
Oh,
Aries
Mm.
okay.
trait.
Good, good, good. I'm glad you got the trait. Wonderful. Perfect. Now,
Why are you here again?
because I came up to say hey to you. That's why.
God damn. Well, hello, bitch. I know you don't like that.
Hello.
I'm sorry. I
See
know
now
you don't
why you
like that.
gotta do that? Why you
I'm
gotta do
sorry.
that?
Mwah, mwah, mwah. I know you. I
That's
love you
okay.
on that one. Yeah, I know.
That's okay. That's all
That's a
right.
no no.
That's all right.
Uh,
That's
y'all
all right.
exhaust me. That's
Yeah,
that's.
y'all too funny.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hey,
Yeah, y'all sound like a
Mickey.
married couple and shit.
Who me and
Now what's
TC?
Right,
up,
right,
Mickey?
right.
They sound like a
Now, if
married
y'all
couple.
really look at
Couple.
it, it's all the Philly people who are like that. Let's look at them. Diva, me, Reed, ZX, TC. We're all like this. We really can't help it. It's a part of Philly. It's a part of our heritage.
Yeah, where y'all from?
We are very much, you know, the Phillies gonna win. You know, the Eagles is gonna win. Like we're very much that. It's that. Like look, we are
Look,
very much
we not even gonna touch that,
look,
okay?
we are very much beat up our own players and beat up the fans too.
Okay.
But
Oh
that's really
wow.
what it is.
She
Honestly, I
said,
don't have an attraction toward TC. TC
Who that?
literally is a sister to me.
Who?
right. Yeah,
Who
we're
is it?
I'm
sisters.
on a live.
Yeah, we're sisters.
We're sisters, no doubt.
What?
I have
Yeah.
no, yeah, we don't have no attractions like that. Monty, mixology in the fucking chat,
What's
smart
up,
ass.
Mix?
When else did I get shit?
But I can't
Somebody
wait. I
told
Tell
can't
me
me
wait till
later.
I
I
see
don't
you, though, man.
understand it.
I can't wait till I
ZX
see
ain't from
you,
Philly. Yes, he is, Lily Rose.
Lily
That
Rose.
that
See,
crazy nigga
I
is from
can't
Philly.
wait
This
to
a good
see.
show. Thank
Wow.
you.
I'd rather do face to face. Yeah,
QI
Wow,
said
that
this is a
mug
good
went
show.
crazy.
That's
face
good
to
coming
face.
from QI. QI said this is a good show, and that's good coming from QI. Real talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
that's what's up, Kiara.
QI be fickle as hell. So for her to say that, yeah, it's a good show.
That's what's
I'll
up.
be back next month. Just even if I'm sitting in the yard, typing.
Mix, I'm sorry. I saw you earlier. I'm sorry, Mix.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cause I forgot I was live. Uh Lily
Oh no.
Rose. GX was born down south.
All right.
Oh,
Bernie, you got any other questions before we close this out?
I don't. This was perfect timing, you
You
guys.
forever hold your peace. Anything you
Oh
want to
Nah,
ask,
I ain't
Mel?
forever. And I'm not forever
no,
holding
no.
nothing.
I'm
I
out.
just came here to hear the story. That was it.
I ain't forever holding nothing.
If
I
you
ain't
didn't hear
forever
the
holding
story,
nothing.
watch the replay. Watch
Yeah,
the
I
Right.
mean,
That's
replay.
all I came
honestly,
here for, to hear the story. I didn't come for all this here. I just came for the
oh,
story.
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't
Nah,
sully y'all.
I'm good.
Okay, I hope I didn't sully y'all's panel. I'm like a
Nah,
real
we
life.
good. This is really good.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
if you
we
ever see
good.
my morning show, I'm a real live nut around here. Like I'm literally all about taking it to 10, 12, and 15, and then back down to 2 and be like, so what y'all doing?
Very much.
Oh wow.
Very
My
much.
show is very much like that. They don't
Very
know what
much.
to expect, and I love it, and I think they love it too. But this was exciting, fun, and like QI said, this was a great show. I appreciate y'all asking me to come over, even if it wasn't so much about my coming out story, then more about we learn how to treat each other and talk to each other. Because every time I come
Hmm.
away from TC, I learn something. Every time. I don't care if it's about
Oh,
Philly
okay.
politics. I don't
TC,
care
just
if
be quiet. Shh.
teach the young children. Be quiet, TC. Okay, you can say your
Oh.
goodbyes, but be quiet.
Oh.
TC, like, what?
Hey, all this right here, face to face. That's all. That's all we got to do.
Somebody think about TC.
Trust me, face to face.
Crickets.
Oh.
Look
Anyway,
at there. Look
guys.
at you.
All
See
right,
how
I'm.
that's how they do.
Can
They
I
they
make my
they have to
exit now?
overdo it. You see,
I know
because
you guys.
they need its attention. Attention.
Oh,
Oh
that's what it is.
wow.
That's all it
Now,
is.
okay,
That's
now
Mm.
don't
all.
make me get serious, honey, because you don't have enough machismo for me. I'm sorry.
I
You
don't.
Oh.
I
you don't.
don't.
The
But
lip
I never
gloss
said.
and the
But it's all
attitude.
good. It's all
My
good.
women don't talk this much.
It's all good.
Oh.
It's all good.
Okay.
Mal, you
You
heard
can
me?
you can come up with
Yeah,
all
I
the
heard
little
you.
My women don't
quagmire.
talk this
You
much.
can come up with all the quagmire stuff that they come up with over
Wow.
here in these YouTube streets. It's
I
okay.
will fight for TC, but she's shading the hell out of me today.
Yes, you
I will
will.
do
You
my
will,
best to
and I'll
get her.
fight for you. You daggone right.
That's
But we're
mixology
gonna
in
get
the
out in
chat.
these streets and fight.
That's mixology in the chat. That's why I said I don't take this no further than whatever me and TC have online. Because for real, I would be somewhere being an activist with her, but I would never fuck with her ever. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm. Okay then, moving right
Bye,
along.
TC. All right, you guys. Should I say
Well,
my
thank
goodbyes
you for
or
coming up, telling
Right.
your story. We
y'all ain't thought
appreciate it.
this was gonna go this way, did you?
Nah, it's cool though. It's all
No,
right.
we never
It's
know
cool
which
today.
way it's gonna go. We
It's
never
all
know.
good.
Okay, I
It's
hope
never.
Uh,
it goes well because now I'm
We don't
feeling
do
a
no
little funny.
script.
I'm feeling like I came on here and showed my ass a little bit.
No, you did good. We don't do no scripted
no,
stuff or nothing
no,
like that.
no.
Okay.
Say hi. You
Yeah,
want to
we
say
ain't
hi?
scripted.
Say hi.
You be all right. Forgiveness is for the Lord. Is from the Lord to you. You all right.
What you mean? Hold on, Mickey in the chat. Mickey is my long. What you mean? What the hell, Mickey? Tell me, cause see, I'll leave here feeling like, damn, I feel bad for being too hard on T.
For what? You weren't hard on me. You just talking. What's that mean? What's that? Long. You don't. What? Where'd she go?
Mm.
Oh, she had a blackout. She might got a
Of
call
course
or
she
something.
did.
Oh.
Brandy, did you pay your electric
See how
bill?
that works?
Lord.
Come on up here, Bernadette.
Wow.
No, we're not turning the TV on yet. She disappeared on us. All right, y'all. We're gonna get up
All right,
off of here.
all
And
right, baby. Peace out.
thank you for coming up, TC. Catch you on the rebound. We're gonna be doing another live stream with talking about toys and stuff. Let me
Right,
unpost
that's
it.
our next one. The world of toys.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about toys and everything. But if you missed the replay, go ahead and watch the replay. This is DC Koolaid, and
Mel. It's Mel.
make sure you hit all the like buttons, hit the share buttons, hit the subscribe buttons on all three channels when you get a chance. All right, we out. Peace out, y'all. Take my mic. Take my mic. Take my mic. Take. Tony Turn. Take my mic. DJ Rico. Wait a minute. KO Productions. We putting it down, baby. Say it to 'em right here, Tony. I got a feeling I can't ignore. Girl, I've never been no so sure. Needing you more